A first down throw for Winston. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They run it here with Thompson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Play action now. Winston. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Coming in carrying the losing streak, not the start that they were looking for. 3 and out on the opening drive.
So now everyone's looking at each other. And what I mean by that is, who's going to make the right play? Who's going to get us out of the doldrums? Who's going to get us out of this funk that they're in right now? They've got to find someone who will make a play, create a play, and get their confidence moving in the right direction.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Palmer to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3 and out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. Here's Jacob Shum. He punted for the Bucs in 2015. Now he's about to punt to them. Adam Humphries deep for Tampa Bay. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken on the 25. Escapes the defender. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second down, Winston. Flushed out right. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Now Thompson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
When we talk about Harvard, you know we're going to talk about academics, but in this case, let's talk about a big year Cameron Brate had in 2016, the tight end.
Finished with 57 catches, 660 yards, and also 8 scores. On the ground, it's Thompson. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. Working out of the gun. Winston. Flush to his right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Jameis on second down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Adam Humphries, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out. And
now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Encroachment defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on first down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Gerald McCoy. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. This is a nice little stretch he's putting together. Remember, 3 sacks last week.
And now he's off to the races in this game because he thinks, okay, that's the start of something big because he's in a zone. He's locked in. So offensively, you've got to occupy him. Maybe even run the ball at him as opposed to passing it so he can't just pin his ears back and rush the quarterback. But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
From the gun on third down, it's Palmer. And he's got Gresham. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Sammy Coates, the intended target there. And now it's third down. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
When Gerald McCoy entered the NFL, he was part of a huge debate around the league. Gerald McCoy or Ndamukong Suh? Who would be the better defensive tackle? They both had more than their share of moments, and what's made Gerald McCoy a perennial Pro Bowl player, his ability to play just about anywhere on the defensive line, but especially to work over the centers and guards in order to create havoc in the pocket.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 1st and 10, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Corey Peters forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number. Led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
To throw is Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. On the return is Peterson. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Palmer gives to Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They go to Johnson again. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
Now on 4th down, Bruce Arians will send out his field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will cut the lead down to just 2.
Well, I say this with a big smile on my face since I'm a little bit on the veteran side. The second oldest kicker in the NFL. He just moved from San Francisco to Arizona and still knocking them through the post.
Yeah, Phil Dawson, 42, behind Adam Vinatieri, still kicking at age 44. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Winston now to throw on first down. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Rashid Hageman able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Partner, when I see William Golston at 6'6", 280, that frame reminds me of an elite pass rusher. But the best part of his game, actually, is run defense.
And that's what led them to signing him to a 5-year, $27.5 million contract back in March. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory. This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the 2nd. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. But Charles, it's the 2nd quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as the quarterback, but like I said, it's the 2nd quarter. So how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool. But he's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do just that. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Throwing, Winston. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And Blake has it over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.